Apparently, Fortnite is adding jiggle physics. I wanted to talk about this because I saw the title from Chibi. I just thought that shit was just fucking hilarious. It just sounded so fucking ridiculous.
Yes, Fortnite
Let's just get straight into it, man.
Jiggle physics to characters' butts now. Stop.
The butts. Okay, you know what? As a butt man myself, pretty based, pretty solid. Epic Games W, I suppose?
Pinging me to confirm, what have I done? And a lot of people are starting to take notice that this is starting to happen only a few months after the mass layoffs that happened at Epic Games.
Raggy, is this a sign? Is the Chud Gaming back, gamers of America?
And I feel like there is definitely a correlation here, and I feel like a lot of companies and a lot of the industry, not just within gaming, but within media and even anime and manga, are starting to realize that catering to a very loud vocal minority is not the way to go.
It do be like that. It turns out, hey, if I want to make money on this product, let's see, if I want to make money from selling my video game, should I appeal to the gamers who buy the games or the activists that don't buy the games? It's a tough decision, man.
I mean, a recent example, honestly, is the...
Look no further than 1348X Votto. Everybody was talking about that game. They were, you saw the tweets all on Twitter talking about that fucking game. All of the tweets glazing and talking about 1348X Votto got more likes than the game got players. Turns out, appealing to the activists is not where the money is at. Turns out, you might want to appeal to the gamers if you want to make that money, that money, and that guapo, that green cash.
Pushback that, has been against Stellar Blade. For instance, with the petition that had like
70
likes on it, and then you have the counter petition that has over 4,000 likes on it, showcasing that people are done with performative virtue signaling.
Crazy ratio.
Wanting to censor female characters, any sexualized content in games in general, and this is obviously seeping its way into anime and manga discussions as well, and I feel like it's fascinating that there is these mass layoffs that these companies are doing, and as soon as there's these layoffs, suddenly, they're now making characters beautiful, they're adding jiggle physics, they're not censoring it, they're not...
I think companies are starting to realize that this is a business model that is destined to fail, so they're starting to do some, course correction. They're trying to get their ship back up and running, right? They're trying to, make things right again, right? They're cutting down their costs, they're trying to appeal to the gamers, right? They're trying to get their money up, not their funny up.
Pandering to certain specific minority audiences, it's very interesting, honestly. And I mean, when you take a hard look at just this, like I'm showcasing the proof here that there was layoffs at Epic Games and other content creators.
Yep, I do remember that. I remember seeing that. We didn't talk about it, but I do remember seeing that.
Talked about this, but literally back in March, there was 1,000 Epic employees that were removed from the company, and suddenly, soon as these people are removed from the company...
About some jiggly, bodacious butts! What I'm talking about, man!
Suddenly, we have jiggle physics being added to Fortnite, like, okay.
Based?
And, like, I want to kind of state this. Fortnite has always tried to censor stuff like this. They tried to make...
I remember a while... Didn't they censor... I'm trying to remember. Didn't they censor Calamity's boobs or something like that? I remember that was a... Because I remember Calamity was like a big thing. Because, Calamity had very, she has some very, I'm more of an ass guy myself, but, I can appreciate big naturals, as Fleekazoid likes to put it. Right, I appreciate big naturals, and Calamity definitely had some very nice naturals.
Make it toned down and everything, but the fact that they have just straight up now started to add this it definitely is causing a lot of people to discuss this, and it's going viral. I mean, this post right here has 1.6 million views. Clearly, people
I'm about to open up Fortnite after this stream.
Are talking about it and are starting to figure out. And if you go into the quotes, most likely you're going to see a lot of people discussing this and all that. And I mean, like, look at this. The moment they go back and add this to Chun-Li and Tracer is the moment this game.
Those two characters plus jiggle physics. That's the money maker. Like we are gonna Epic is gonna be so fucking back. Like Fortnite, they are gonna be eating good with that is a deadly combo there. You got Tracer and Chun-Li and jiggle physics on the butt. It's a deadly combo, man. It's a deadly combo.
True, but I mean, this is what I have.
Like you already, the Rule 34 of those two is already off the chain, right? A lot of fucking porn. I'm telling you, man. Telling you.
I mean,
appeal to gamers and you make money. I promise.
Jiggle physics are most visible when shooting guns.
Pinky promise.
So here's the jiggle physics, like. Yeah, you can actually see it. It's subtle, but you can definitely see it. Once again,
yeah,
this
you can
stuff
see
that
it.
Just did not exist, and now suddenly exists. Soon as a bunch of employees that probably were against stuff like this that were removed.
Get them out of here. Get those fuckers out of here.
It's like we're returning back to how gaming and the internet was. And
we are so
really
back.
Nice
Is a Chud gaming back, ladies? I'm gonna title that when I upload this onto the YouTubes.
Pictures are the indigenous people of the internet. They began and were born on the internet, like they started on it, and I'm very glad that they're taking it.
It's like what Asmongold said. I don't know if Chibi is that's what Chibi is referencing here, but yeah, it's what basically. Basically what Asmongold said.
Back from the very loud vocal minority.
We are the natives, and we are the natives of the internet and gaming. And, you know, anime and stuff, and you have all of these conquistador activists, you know, all these retards, you know, all these tourists coming in, conquering and changing our culture. They are what they hate.
Everything censored and completely sanitized. And I feel like this is a very good indication that this is good news, honestly. Not just for gaming, but just for media itself. And I think just so many companies are starting to wake up to this. The only concern I have, though, is Japan is a little bit falling behind. Because obviously there's been so much aggressive pushback within the gaming sector for this type of stuff. That obviously the whole...
Yeah, that's the problem. Japan has been gaslit and lied to into thinking that this is what gamers want. So, you know, they are starting to fall behind for sure.
Whole situation is talked.
You know, I'm hoping they recover quickly and they realize that this is actually in fact not what gamers want, and they want, you know, classic, you know, Japan, right? The classic, you know, we want Japanese stories, we want fan service, we want jiggles. We want peak. That's what we want. That's what we want at the end of the day, man. That's all we want. We just want peak.
It's so toxic that these companies realize that they can't get away with censorship as easily anymore, or they just get so many rabid people that come at them. However, Japan is a little bit lacking behind because a lot of people that are in the gaming industry that are getting ran out are running to the anime and manga industry to do what they did to the gaming industry. I'm not joking. Like,
yeah, it's like I said, chat. We had Gamergate. Gaming is starting to recover, but now you're starting to see it happen in anime. I think you're gonna have like an anime gate or something like that. I 100% think so. Yeah, it is coming. It is coming. All right. Again, I could be wrong, and you know, if I'm wrong, cool, right? You know, I want anime to, you know, remain uncensored. I want it to remain authentic. I want fan service. I want all of this stuff that made, you know, all of us fall in love with anime, right? This is the shit that made us get into anime, right? I got into anime because I really enjoyed the stories. I enjoyed, you know, I'm obviously a degenerate, so I enjoyed the fan service, right? I enjoy all of that shit, right? I enjoy the things that made anime unique. I enjoyed everything that made anime a unique entertainment medium. And now you have all these people coming into the industry wanting to change and censor and take all of this shit out that made me fall in love with anime. And it's like, well, no, I don't want that. Get the fuck out of here. So, I mean, we'll see. But I 100% think you're going to get... I think we're going to have an anime gate.
Like, you don't believe me? Here's a Reddit post that legit was just trending as well on Reddit that was basically saying anime is too sexualized, so to speak. And it goes to show that the very individuals that basically were ruining gaming are now here to ruin anime because they are getting ran out of the gaming industry. And let's not allow that to happen. I'm just going to say we need to continuously stand up and not allow
100%,
stuff like that to happen.
100%.
Because
I do not want... I do not want to have Anime Gate. Alright, Gamergate, you know, alright, I do not want an Anime Gate.
It is completely unacceptable, and I honestly,
we need to gatekeep these retards. We need to keep these retards out.
To censor everything, sanitize everything. It is super freaking annoying. But good on Fortnite, honestly, very good on.
Yeah, honestly, Epic Games and Fortnite W. I'll give them their flowers. I'll give credit where credit is due. All right,
Fortnite for actually
you got it.
You know, finally adding in a very good feature, and honestly, not listening to the very loud vocal minority that just want to make everything safe. This pleases me, and I hope to see more stuff like this, more pushback that is added to also anime. We see the same type of energy added into anime, and anime continues to be weird and, you know, actually just very problematic, so to speak. I hope anime continues to actually be like that. But I will leave it at that. I wanted to talk about this because I thought this was very fascinating. And just
I thought this shit was just so funny. I thought that. I thought the title was just so funny. I could not pass it up, man. I had to talk about this. I had to take a gander.
But thank you so much, everybody. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.
Hell yeah, Chips. The Chibi, the Chibster. Lolly Hitler, if you will. Absolutely cinema, man. I love that they added the jiggle physics, man. And I love that they added it to the butt, because again, I am an ass man. I am an assaholic, as that, if you will. Oh man.